Alright guys, so I get this question all the time, like almost every single day, from people that are interested in doing Turo or who are just getting started. And that question is always, how does the insurance work? What happens if someone gets into an accident with your car, or your car gets stolen, or a number of things that could happen in this business. So I kind of wanted to break down how it all works and how the insurance is provided by Turo and what the different tiers are. So I actually pulled it up on my phone just so I can give you the most accurate, up-to-date information. Now I do suspect that over time that this will change as Turo grows and as they improve their insurance policies and things like that. So this is as of now, so we're in November of 2017. And as I notice these things change, I'll be sure to update this video as well with the different changes. But as of now, this is how it works. So Turo provides insurance, and their insurance is through Liberty Mutual. And so when you sign up to host your car on the platform, they give you a couple of different options that you can choose from. So they have 3 packages, actually 4, and those are different tiers. So the first tier is your premium insurance, the second is your standard, and the third is your basic, and then the fourth is you declining any insurance from Turo and providing your own insurance for your vehicles, okay? And so the difference in all of that is the revenue split that you take with Turo. Now, if you do the premium insurance option, that means Turo takes, or you take 65% of your earnings and Turo takes the rest. If you do the standard coverage, just to make sure I have this right, you take 75% of your earnings. And if you do the basic, you take 85% of your earnings. And if you decline all insurance from Turo and provide your own, you take 90% of your earnings and they take 10. So it varies based on the revenue split that you do with them. Now, of course, all the different tiers have different pluses and minuses just based on what it is. So just to give you an example, with the premium insurance, on all the levels, Turo offers $1 million in liability coverage. And then for physical damage protection, they cover up to a value of $125,000 of the car. And then the differences in the premium and the standard insurance, the owner, so someone like me, has a 0 deductible, so you don't ever have to come out of pocket for everything. And then also for the premium and the standard, it also covers a replacement vehicle during the time that your car has been damaged or has to be in the shop and get repairs done and things like that. So while your car is out of service. So again, that's for the premium and the standard. Now, the premium has 2 additional things that the standard does not, and that's exterior wear and tear coverage. So if you get little dings in your car, things that are smaller than 3 inches, that will cover that. And then of course with the premium insurance, and I think this is a really cool feature, it also covers loss of income. So for the time that your car is out and not able to make money and it's getting repaired, Turo will cover the income that you would have made while you had that car. Now for the standard does not have those 2 things. So it does not cover wear and tear, and you don't get any money for loss of income. Now on the basic coverage, you don't get the exterior wear and tear, and you don't get the loss of rental income. And then the major difference with that is that Turo only pays up to 20% to the first $3,750 of damages. And then they pay 100% after that amount up to $125,000. So meaning if you have $1,000 in damages but you only had the basic coverage, they're only gonna pay $200. So they only pay 20% of that up to $3,750. And then once you surpass that, they'll pay the rest of that. So I used to have that until my Corvette had an incident and it ended up costing a lot of money, and I realized that Turo only paid 20% because I wasn't aware at that time. And that's when I decided to bump up all my vehicles to the standard protection, which is where I get 75% of the revenue and they get 25%. But that's been really great so far because any incidents that I've had, they've been able to cover it fully, and it's really just very stress-free. And then again, the fourth option is that you could go with no protection from Turo and provide your own insurance. I believe it has to be commercial insurance. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's something that you can look into. I believe it does say on the Turo website. And at that point, you get 90% of your revenues and Turo gets 10%. And then the whole process is really easy. So in the event of an accident, or somebody comes back and they nick the side of your bumper or your rims, or whatever it could be, they hit the side of a wall, which has happened to me before. It's really easy. You take pictures, you call Turo. Turo does have an emergency line, especially for these things. So you just call right into them, let them know, hey, I have a claim. And if it's nothing major, then all you have to do is through the reservation on your app, there's actually an area where it says report damage. So you just go to report damage. The most important thing is taking pictures, before and after pictures. If you do not take before and after pictures of your car during the rental period, you void all insurance coverage. So that's a really important thing. But the nice thing is that the app will always remind you to do that. So prior to any rental, they'll send you a text message, an email. It'll give you a notification on the app like, hey, don't forget to check in. You must upload your pictures. And then same thing when the rental ends. It'll tell you, don't forget to check out of the rental. Make sure you upload all the pictures that you have of the car, just to notate the condition in the event that something has happened. And that has totally happened to me, where I've had a rental come back late at night, and because it was dark, I took all the pictures, but it's kind of hard to notice, especially on a darker colored car, that maybe something happened. It wasn't until the next morning that I noticed that there was an issue with the car. But luckily I had taken photographs, and when I went back and looked at everything, you could very faintly see in the pictures that there was actually damage. So that's why it's so important to take those pictures, because if you don't do that, you're not going to get the coverage and they won't reimburse you for your damages. So definitely make sure you do that, otherwise it's a painful process and you just don't want to go through that. So hope that helps answer some of your questions. The claims department is really great. They're usually very, very fast. I mean, I've noticed my claims generally get resolved within a few days, if not within 24 hours. And once you go through the damage process, and what you can also do is upload a quote of what you think it's going to cost to get the car fixed, if you have a shop that you prefer, or if you want to take it to your dealership. And then Turo will compare that against their people who come in and assess the situation and take a look at the pictures. And so you come to an agreement on the price that they'll reimburse you for, and they just send the payment electronically. It's so easy, and then you can move on and repair your vehicle and get your rentals going again. So hope that answers some of your questions. Feel free to comment below and let me know if you guys have any additional questions. And that's again on the owner side of things. Now on the renter side, when they book through Turo, Turo gives them multiple options for coverage as well. They do also have the option to decline insurance, and some renters do. So their insurance mostly is based off of different deductibles. Like I believe there's a $500 deductible, a $3,000 deductible, and so forth. So that's a whole separate thing that I can make another video on. So hope that helps. Thanks guys.